Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. And today we are on episode 37. Yes. And our topic for today is from stethoscope to startup. So, how Precy reclaim her future and legacy through digital business. So, that's what we're going to be talking today. So, I'm just going to put it here so you can see. But she's going to be joining us in a few minutes. But before we start with our live, let me introduce myself. So, hi everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but according to reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor. I also want to let everyone know that every Tuesday and every Thursday we have our live webinar. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is register in any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into my website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register for the live webinar. So that link will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday and one for Thursday. Since our webinar is every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So the second link that you get there is the link for the replay. So just in case you cannot attend the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch up the replay of the live webinar. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you probably wonder, okay, so what am I going to find out on the webinar? So on the webinar, you'll find out how our online business plan works. And also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists who are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So let's find out who were the hosts and panelists from yesterday's live webinar. Okay, so yesterday's live webinar, we had as a host, we have Jay. She's a resigned educator. So she's no longer working, so she's doing the business full time. And then Zainab, she's a stay-at-home mom. We have Happy, a clinical manager. We have Ryan, a nurse and nurse educator. We have Ana Maria, a registered nurse. We have Sakinat, a nurse. And then we have Mabel, a pediatric oncology registered nurse. And then we have Jinat, a former major at Bangladesh Army. So as you see, we have all different walks of life, but they all have something in common, and that is they took that leap of faith to change their lives and their family lives. So if you are catching the replay before next Tuesday's live webinar, our replay has subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: the Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. All right, so let's dive into our topic. So, like we mentioned at the beginning, we are on episode 37. So, from stethoscope to startup. So, how Aprecila or Precy reclaim her future and legacy through digital business. So, before I bring my guest in, let me introduce my guest to you guys. So, I am honored to introduce today's incredible guest, Aprecila. She's originally from the Philippines and now living in California. She's a devoted wife, proud mom of 4 adult children, and a dedicated nurse with over 4 decades of experience in healthcare. After years of serving others, Aprecila has embraced a new chapter as a digital business owner and mentor, so proving that it's never too late to pursue growth, purpose, and freedom. Her story is one of strength, compassion, and transformation. So get ready to be truly inspired. So let's bring Aprecila to the studio. Hi, Aprecila. Thank you for
Hi.
coming.
You want me to introduce myself now?
Yes,
Hi,
please.
everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you are. Sandy already introduced me, but let me add something to that. I'm still working full time 7 to 3:30 Monday to Friday and off on the weekend. I'm working as a home health nurse right now. But because of the you know how life is, how to live life in the US, that's why I went and looked for something until I found this business.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that introduction. Okay, so let's dive in into the questions. Okay, so first question for you. So, Aprecila, so after more than 40 years in nursing, what made you to take a leap into something completely new? And how do you know this digital business was the opportunity you'd be praying for?
Okay, after working as a nurse for 4 decades, I was looking for something different because when I'm still working full time, I dedicated myself in making my kids' education a priority. So I supported their education. There was a time when three kids are in college, so we were having a hard time like managing our finances. So my husband decided to work overseas. After my youngest daughter graduated in 2021, I was ready to to retire, but then I realized I was not prepared for my retirement because I did not save enough for my golden years. So I went and looked for something online where I can start a side income because I don't want to be spending time away again from from my family. I want to spend more time with my family because when I was working full time, I miss a lot of milestones in their life. I sometimes I work 16 hours. So when I leave the house, they're sleeping, and when I get home, they're still sleeping. So I don't want those like situation again to happen. So when I during the pandemic, I think that was 2022 or 2021. I was like just browsing on my newsfeed and I found this ad, and I resonated with the story of one mom. She was a nurse in Ontario, Canada, and she is sharing her success about this business. She's actually she has three children that are still small. So she said when she started this business, she was able to uh, quit her full time nursing job and do this business full time and still earning more than what she was earning when she was still an RN. So all that resonated with me. So I told myself, if she can do this, I can do this too. That's why I joined, and when I watched the webinar, I found all those journey of success of those panelists. So I was inspired. That's why I took the leap and joined this business.
Thank you so much for that.
Mhm.
You mentioned so many nuggets there, and I think a lot of people will relate to your story. Starting from the beginning, like you mentioned, when you were working, your kids were smaller. You missed a lot of milestones because of working, and I think a lot of parents will relate to that because things like when we live in even in our country still expensive to be able to live, but more now that we move to countries like Canada or United States, where it's it's a better lifestyle, but at the same time it's more expensive. So
Yes.
to be able to to have like food on the table, a house, and be able to provide the needs to the kids, you we need to to work, but because of the work, then we are not fully present in their lives, so we get to miss a lot of milestone. So a lot of people, a lot of parents will relate to that. So You mentioned also that, w- once you three kids, were at that moment, the three at the same time in college, that was kind of hard. And I do agree, because, college is not cheap, it's very expensive, um, and especially if you have the three at the same time. So that was hard for you on the finances. So, um, but later on, you guys managed to pass on that. And then when you were thinking ready to retire in 2021, then you realize, oh, you might not have enough. And I think we all have the same, even if we think that we might have enough. The thing is, like, everything is going up, like the inflation rate, like for example right now. So for example, what you used to pay in groceries before, now is the double. So imagine thinking that what you have, it is enough, but when by the time that we retire, it might not be enough anymore, you know so for example, you had some expenses before, like because you were helping your kids. So some of the money that you have for retirement, it went. So that made you, to look for something. And but at the same time, you didn't want to compromise your family time, so this is a business that would allow you to be able to be fully present, because you can do it from home. And like you're working right now, you can fit any the business adapt to your schedule, and not the other way around. So like if you were working on another job, for example, then at, you have to adapt to their schedule, and then you're missing time. So with this business, you have that flexibility that you can do it anytime, and then you can be fully present for your family. At the same time, you're building that financial stability. So that is amazing, like that you are able to find this online opportunity. um, Same, like me, we wish, like we could have found it before, many of us, but everything comes at the time that we're supposed to get it. Some people find it earlier, some people find it later. So you got inspired by the story of the nurse in Canada, and you mentioned there, like this business allow, people to surpass their actual income. And that's what, like you got inspired, because that way, you can fully retire and just enjoy your family time, and then, be able to do the things that you love to. I'm pretty sure you love to travel too. Yes. um so yeah, so thank you for sharing that, because it's a lot of us, we are in the same boat, like different stories. Some, our parents will relate to your story now. Some people are retiring will relate to your story too, because a lot of people, we're not prepared for retirement, with
Yeah.
the prices that are here. So we need to start thinking about that. So through your story, we can open the eyes to a lot of people there for different things that you have touched in your journey, in your story. So hopefully, people get inspired to take action, and to be able to be fully present for their family, but at the same time, building that financial um, independence, so they don't have to worry about the money, and they can be there, and they can also have money when they're retiring for the golden years, so they can retire early. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, so second question for you. So you mentioned that personal growth through this journey has been more valuable than any degree. Can you share how this business has helped you become the best version of yourself?
Okay, thank you for that question. This business helped me grow in so many ways. I became more confident. Before I started this business, I don't have any business experience. I was not tech savvy. Uh, the simple copy and paste before, I don't know how to do it. But I learned everything from our training, because they provide that training to us. It's of course video based, so you can follow according to your pace. And then we also have a coach and a mentor that can guide us if in case we're having uh, difficulties in following the instructions. I became also before I because I'm also introvert. I don't know how to like this. I don't like to speak in front of other people. So, but because of our training and what we do in this business, I am now confident personally and in talking to other people online or even in personal. Aside from that, I was able to gain uh, virtual friends. Like I consider my team like business partners, uh, virtual friends because we meet once a month or twice a month, and we uplift each other, sharing the updates on our business. And now also, I am also inspired and thankful because of the community that we have. Our community gives us all these opportunity how to grow our own business by giving us the training once a week, and even there is a daily training where you can avail those on your at your own convenience, because even though you're working full time, you can still do this business on the side. All you need is at least 2 or 3 hours a day, and a cell phone and a Wi-Fi, and you can run this business because this business runs 24 hours. And if you are like going somewhere, like you're going on vacation, you can still carry this business with you because this is very portable. So because of that, because of the training, I never thought I can do all those things with before. I don't have any confidence in myself, and now it helped me believe in myself again. Now I can focus in taking care of my health and manage my time better, and continue to learn every day. Although I'm not perfect, but I feel like I'm stronger, happier, and more hopeful in years that I've ever been. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. I do relate to a lot of things that you mentioned there. Okay, so you mentioned that through this business you were able to become more confident, and I do agree with that. A lot of us, when we start this journey, um, we don't have that confidence. We don't have, sometimes, for some people, they don't believe in themselves, they can do stuff. um so different scenarios. So as we go through our journey, we start building that confidence. We start believing more in ourselves, that we are capable. We're finding out that certain things that, we didn't know that we like, and then we start liking it, to enjoy it. um like you mentioned, about doing lives. Same here. I'm also an introvert. I don't like to do lives. Even though I work in the movie industry, I don't like to do lives. I don't like to be in front of the camera. But like you mentioned, it's part of our business. Like, this is not mandatory. It's optional. But if you really want to connect with your audience, to so people get to know you, and build that trust, we have to, do these lives, because that's how, we're going to connect with the audience, and we're going to be able to show them, the benefits that they can get, through an online business. So um, we had to overcome our fear. We have to step out of our comfort zone. So that was part of the growth that we have built, in this journey, and we keep learning, as we go. We this is a, I don't know, I love the journey. Yes, there might be challenges and setbacks, but that's part of what made us, who we are today, because through those challenges we have learned a lot of things, and because of those learnings, it give us, that stepping stone closer to where we want to reach. Um yeah, so thank you for sharing that. The other thing, you say you are not tech savvy, and yeah, I like that you mentioned that, because a lot of people are afraid, to start an online business because they say, "Oh, I don't have the knowledge. I'm not tech savvy. I don't know if I can do this." So you really don't need any knowledge or to be tech savvy because everything is provided, like you mentioned. We do have video based training that you can follow, and do it. So it's really, and there's no like a limit that you have that video based training. You have it for the rest of your life. And our training is always getting updated to keep up with the trends that are out there. So that's the other good thing. So you also mentioned that you have a mentor, you have a coach, and that's another good thing to mention because when I found this online opportunity, I was about to join another one, and the one that I was going to join, if I wanted to have a mentor to guide me, um, I had to pay extra money for that. And I didn't have that mentor for the entire rest of my journey. I only had it like if I paid for 1 month, well, it was only 1 month. And after that, I was on my own. So we are so blessed to be in this global online community that we do have a mentor, we do have a coach for the rest of our journey. So we don't have to worry about being alone in this journey. And besides that, you also get the global online community support. And that's the other amazing thing. Like you mentioned, now you have virtual friends. And through this journey, along the way, when you started, your network was small, just locally, or maybe some people that in the Philippines. But now, your network is growing globally, because of this global online business. Because every time, like for example, we do interviews, you get to know someone from another part of the world, and you made that connection now. And then when we got the opportunities to attend to, for example, the conventions, it's nice to get to know the person, in person, not anymore, like online. So and those connections, that's how you build it. So that's amazing. The other thing that you mentioned, yeah, we do have training besides the video-based training, like you mentioned. We have what we call the millionaire mastermind because now we have millionaires in our community. When I started back in 2023, it wasn't called that way, but now it's called millionaire mastermind because we don't have only one millionaire; we have more than one. So that's why it's called like that. And like you mentioned, for this business, you can do it on the side. A lot of people, started on the side as a side hustle or plan B. But eventually, once they are inside, of the online business community, they realize, the potential of the business and the scalability of the business. And that plan B that you started can become your plan A. Like, for example, the ad that you watched from the nurse that she was able to surpass her income, and that's what allowed her to be able to retire. So that's the other thing. And like you mentioned also, this the portability of the business. That was one thing that also attracted me about this business because you can take it anywhere. So if you want to go back to the Philippines, you can take your business with
Yeah.
you to the Philippines. All you need is a internet connection, your cell phone or a laptop, and that's it.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned, you only need like 2 to 4 hours, per day to be able to do the business, and the business adapt to your schedule and not the other way around. So any time pocket that you have during the day, you can do it. So um, and this business will allow you to take care of your health. So I do agree with that. That was another of the reasons why I decided to start this because stress is a silent killer. You know, there's a lot of effects that you don't see it now, but with time you start seeing those effects. So we really have to take care of ourselves, have that me time. And this business will allow you to do that. So thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so next question. So, for other moms, especially in their golden years, who feel it might be too late to start something new, what would you say to encourage them to dream bigger and take action?
Okay. To all the moms out there, don't be afraid to dream again. You are never too old. I started also when I was in my senior age, and I was before I thought I could not do it, but because of the encouragement of our team, I was able to, gain all these skills. And all you have to do is you need to do your due diligence, do your research, and find if this business is really legit. Because this business is registered to the IRS, so we pay taxes every year. So in US, it's called 1099. In Canada, it's T4. So, and this business is already 50 years in in their journey. So if you are the same age like me, you are never too old, and it's never too late to start. um, we give so much to our families, but we must also invest in ourselves. If you feel stuck or tired, maybe this is your sign to try something different. If others can do it, we can do it too. Start small, stay consistent, and believe in yourself. Because the first thing that you need in this business is an open mindset. And if you are wishing to start something new and you're still doubtful, that's normal. Skepticism is normal. I was like that before too. So just take action, and maybe your future self will thank you. And maybe this is the start of your new full beginnings and success. And maybe we will be able to like join later when we join any like conventions, like we will meet in person. So right now we meet our friends only virtually, but we have a like incoming convention this June 19 to 23, and we will be meeting everyone in person. So I'm excited also to meet them, those people who inspire me to do this business.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. Yes. Yeah, I love what you say. It's never too old to start dreaming, and that is true. We have, like in our community, we have from 18 years old all the way to 85 years old that I'm aware. So yeah, anyone is capable of doing this business. One of my mentees, she's in her early 70s. So uh, she also was not tech savvy at all. Didn't have any knowledge, but she learned with the video based training that we have. And mentoring. So she was able to. So today she does lives too. So yeah, and she's able to do her posting, Canva, all that. So yes, if it's Aprecila can do it, if my mentee can do it, you can also do it. So don't be afraid, because all it's all, like when you set your mind to it, you can do anything you want to do it. So don't let that stop you, okay? Because you can achieve what you set your mind to. um Yeah, so you mentioned, yeah, you can do your due diligence. I think, for those who are skeptical, don't stay being. It's normal to be skeptical, and it's good to be skeptical, because that's how you can assure, if what you're like, if you want to start online business, if it is legit or not. But don't say like, oh no, this is a scam. Find out, get information, because you never know if that might be the opportunity that will change your life and your family's life. So if you stay where you are, nothing is going to change. You have to take that leap of faith to be able to find that. And what we offer here is a free info session, so you're not paying anything. It's just free for you to see. And then if you want to learn more in detail about the business, that's when you proceed to the next step. And then you have more in detail, what the business entitled to. But yeah, don't stay, ask questions, watch the webinar, but make sure that you watch it, because a lot of people don't like to watch it, but you have to watch it, because that's how you gonna learn, how our online business plan works. So you also mentioned, yeah, I do agree with you. especially parents, mom and dad, they give so much to their kids, um, but like Priscilla mentioned, you have also to invest in yourself, okay, because that's the like you have to take care of yourself, in other words, so you have to invest in yourself. So especially, as we get older, we want to be able to enjoy life, we want to be able to travel, do the things that we love, um, enjoy our health, take care of our health in that way, making sure that, we have the money to enjoy it too. So that's the other one. And if you like, for example, help, give back to the community, you can also give back to the community with this online business opportunity. So this is not only about you also, but also, about making an impact, by helping other people also achieve their dreams, and also giving back to the community. So and taking care of yourself is important. So this business will allow you to have that me time that you didn't have before. So, because you really need to take care of yourself, it's very important. If you don't take care of yourself, it doesn't matter how much money you have if your health is not good. So, you really have to take care of yourself and invest in yourself. For example, Aprecila, all the new things that she has learned, all the new things, be able to do lives, be able to, do things on her computer, that's wonderful. And it keeps your mind busy, it keeps your mind active. And that's one of the things that is very important, as we start aging, because, when we use our mind, when we use keep it, active by creating, thinking about, okay, what am I going to post, what strategy I'm going to use, thinking about those things, it keeps your mind busy. And that's good, because you don't become sedentary, you become, more active, and you keep that continue, and that will keep you to have a better health life, uh, instead of being a sedentary person. So this is a good one for that. So not only, you're making money, you're having time for your family, but also you're taking care of your health that way too. So um yeah, you mentioned, uh take action, your future self will thank you. And yes, that is true. It will thank you, because what is possible with this business, we mentioned, is the scalability of this business. It is amazing. So and this is a business that you can also pass to your kids, as you know. So it has a legacy plan. So that's the other thing. So yeah, I hope so, that you got inspired with a Priscilla story, because her story is really very inspiring. It touches so many people, real stories, in different ways, what you shared, like at the beginning. And you know if we look at, how our lives are today, if we really want to make a change in our life, have a better lifestyle, have a better work life balance, have that financial independence, this is the time. Okay, the time is now, because the time was past and the time is now, not in the future, because if you keep waiting for that perfect time will never arrive. So yeah, you gotta take action now, because you will, like Priscilla said, you will say thank you to yourself for having, taking that leap of faith. So you got nothing to lose. Again, you can register into a Priscilla's website or into my website. A Priscilla's website is a Priscilla. Uh,
Sangkap,
let me,
sangkapvillanueva.com.
yeah, a Priscilla San, SANG Cap Villanueva.com. So you can register with your name and email address, and we can send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register for our live webinars. Our live webinars is every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. And the second link that you get there is the link to the replay. So just in case you cannot attend, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch
Mhm.
it from the comfort of your own home. We also invite you to our private Facebook group, where you get to see more success stories from a member of our community, and also you got more information about the business. Um, in addition to that, like you probably wondering, what I'm going to find on the webinar. So on the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works, and also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So um, let's find out who were the hosts and panelists from yesterday's live webinar. Just give me a sec. Okay, so yesterday's live webinar, we had as a host Jay, she's a resigned educator. We also, our first panelist was Zainab, she's a stay at home mom. We have Happy, clinical manager. We have Ryan, a nurse and nurse educator. We also have Ana Maria, a registered nurse. Sakinaz, she's a nurse. And Mabel, she's a pediatric him oncology registered nurse, and we have Janat, a former major at Bangladesh Army. So as you see, we have all different walks of life, but they all took that leap of faith, to change their lives and their families' lives. So if you wanna hear the stories before Tuesday's live webinar, like we mentioned, all you have to do is just register in any of the websites that will appear in the screen in a few moments. But if you catch in this replay, we have subtitles in several languages. And for our live webinar, we have subtitles in 5 languages: as Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So, and if you have any questions, you want to learn a little bit more, you can also put it in the comments. You can type the word more info, or you can send us a message and we'll be happy to answer any questions for you. So we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. Now, we have a love emoji here from Melissa Sony. So thank you, Melissa, for watching, and thank you for your heart emoji. Um, and we also want to say thank you to our guest today, Aprecila, for taking some time of her day today and sharing her story with us and with our audience. So thank you so much. Your story was very inspiring, so thank you for sharing it.
You're welcome.
And want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday, and a happy and blessed Saturday for those who are on Saturday, and a happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. So thank you again for being here with us today on the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. And stay tuned for tomorrow for another topic and another guest. Thank you, everyone. And thank you again, Priscilla.
Okay,
Priscilla.
thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. God bless you.